Hello everybody and welcome to part 2 of my how-to video. This one is going to be covering, I don't want to say PvP and combat because it's really not. It's over how to hunt. And you might be like, Jin, those are the same thing, but they're not really. I want to cover how to stalk and how to ambush. This isn't going to be a PvP tutorial, how do you fight video, because there are so many different dinosaurs, both official and mod, and all of them with different abilities and different stamina and different speed, and you can't really do a generalized how to fight video because everything is so different and plays so differently that what works for one dinosaur isn't necessarily going to work for another dinosaur. So, you know, there's just too many animals that play too differently to actually do a, here's a PvP combat video. I'm sure might be YouTubers out there who cover specific dinos and how to fight as them, and they probably would have even more experience than I do, because, I tend to play only a couple dinosaurs and specialize in those. I don't know why I'm having lag spikes, that's kind of weird. Anyways, this is more going to be a how to stalk and hello, you were playing in the snow, weren't you? This is more going to be a how to stalk and how to ambush video for people who want to try and learn how to hunt more stealthily. And this can work wow, these lag spikes are bad. This can work in a group or solo. Now, I consider stalking where you have something in sight and you're trying to get as close as you can before you launch an attack. Because catching a target by surprise can really help you get extra damage in and possibly even kill them without taking much damage yourself, because people who are taken by surprise will sometimes panic. They'll miss attacks. They'll end up running into things. Like, if you can catch somebody by surprise, you can potentially really handicap their ability to fight back because they're just too shocked and like, oh my god, what's going on, kind of thing. It can give you a lot of free hits in and do some significant damage before they get their wits about them and start fighting back. I always try to get something by surprise, rather than just charge at it in the open, roaring, Like, that's Impact Crater stuff. I don't, that's just deathmatch, run at each other screaming and roaring and just start left-clicking to bite each other. I'm talking about actual hunting, So I'm going to cover how to stalk, and I'm going to show, like, real clips of me targeting real players and using these strategies. And I'll probably end up repeating myself as I do the real hunts as what I'm saying right now, just because I want to make sure I get the point across and show what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But so I'm going to show how to stalk, which is being stealthy and sneaking up on someone as quietly as you can, getting as close as you can, and then launching an attack. And I'm also going to show ambushing, which is more of like a crocodile style play style. I said a lot of style there. More of a crocodile way of playing where you like pick a spot. Maybe it's over water, maybe it's over a well-traveled path, but you pick a spot where people might go by, and then you just kind of sit there and wait for someone to walk past. Both of these methods require a little bit of patience because you can't just rush at someone and start biting them. You kind of want to, if you want to get them by surprise and get an advantage in the fight, you want to get a bit closer. So you have to be patient and get used to using terrain in order to get closer. So, now there is something about like finding players to hunt. Now it can be hard because, let's face it, by the way, my Tyranno Titan has explored almost the entire map, so he's really traveled. Let's face it, a lot of people sit in Impact Crater and Grand Plains, and it sucks because those are terrible places and you should really spread out and enjoy more of the map. Especially Impact Crater. I feel like the developer should just flood that with salt water and be done with it because it's a horrible spot. But a lot of people are like, well, if I want to eat, I have to go here. Well, that's not true. You don't have to go there. There's other people. As evidenced in my videos, I never set foot in Grand Plains, and I still find people to hunt. But, like, you can start getting a feel for where people tend to be. Some servers are different, and their population spreads out differently. But in general, large, wide open areas like Green Valley, Green Hills, Savannah, you're gonna find people. You're gonna find people in good questing spots like Salt Flats. That's a really good questing spot. There's a lot of people that go there. As an Achillo, I eat a lot of people in Salt Flats. You don't see as many people in the forests, and they're harder to navigate for big animals especially. So, you know, good places to grow, not great places to hunt, even though I love whistling and I prefer to hunt there. I can't always rely on people being there, which is why I'm now wandering through Green Valley, because I'm hungry and nobody's in whistling. So I was like, well, I guess I'll wander out and see if I can't find someone to eat somewhere else. But yeah, so like sometimes you'll get lucky and the area you're hunting in will have a lot of players. Sometimes it won't. Things fluctuate. It's not always consistent. But I do recommend trying not to stay in Grand Plains all the time because, you know, that place sucks. There's something ahead of me. So let's practice some stalking real quick, even though I think he sees me. Like, I'm in the wide open. Sometimes you'll see food and you're in the wrong spot. Like, there's not much you can do. There's no cover. But remember, the Z-walk makes you quieter. Crouching makes you lower. And you can just use cover, use hills, the inclines of hills. Use cover, use bushes, and get as close as you can. Now, he did already have food, so we're gonna just keep that for ourselves. And a trophy. Oh, okay. But yeah, so, you know, we stalked, though. He didn't see us coming. We used the hill, we used the bushes, and also, you know, players can also be just really unaware of things. So, you know, look at that. We got free food and we got a free trophy, and if he hadn't had a body, we probably would have had a good shot at actually killing him. But anyway, so I will go into some proper videos showcasing actual stalking on an actual target, and I really hope this can help people who have been wanting to learn how to hunt a bit more stealthily and, you know, start getting the drop on people and getting that advantage at the start of the fight. So, hopefully it helps you, and let's get into it. Discuss stalking. Now, I'm not that hungry, but I'm hoping to find something here that I can just use as an example. There's a dead something in the... Oh, there is something over here. There's a dead something in the middle of Salt Flats, and there's something ahead of us. So let's that sounds like a sty, which I don't think I can kill a sty, but that's okay. I'm not hungry. We're just gonna practice stalking. So the trick with stalking is to use cover, of course, naturally. Now you have to remember though, because on mobile and some devices and lower graphic settings, not all the bushes are obvious. They will disappear. Rocks and trees are much better, but you always want to try and keep something between you and your prey until you can get a lot closer. You also want to try and be quiet and do slow movements, because if you move too quickly, they might notice the movement and then be like, what was that? Oh. You know what, we're going to replay just for the fun of it. Okay, he's moving more into the open, so we're actually going to go this way along these backway areas, because like I said, you don't want to be in the open. You want to try and get close by using the cover you have without going in the open. You can't rely on them not be paying attention. You have to try and predict where they might be looking. Like right now I'm using this critter den between us. And I think this is probably as close as I can get. Ooh. I wonder if he's the... Alright, we're going to try and attack him, but I'm not going to seriously try to kill him because sties are scary. So we're just going to run up and kick him in the butt. Ugh! He's running. Maybe I can kill him. Ah! Alright, he seems to be faster than me, but... Oh. I don't really want to try my luck against a sty. They're kind of scary. Yeah, he seems to be faster than me. Alright, we're gonna let him go, and I'm gonna go eat the dead thing in salt, but... Interesting. Alright, I was just curious. I know they got a speed nerf, so I was kind of curious how fast they were. Alright, let's learn how to stalk on an apex because there is something up by the water. There's also a Packy Rhino, but he sees me. So I see some movement up near the water. And it's in a tricky area. So it is harder to stalk on an apex because you are, larger and a lot bigger and harder to hide. But if you stay in cover places, that's why I like forest for my Tyrannotitan, because there's a lot of cover. There's a lot of forest. You have to be careful. Also, I like to Z-walk because it makes you really quiet. Crouching doesn't really seem to make much of a difference, but can't quite see what is up there, but there is definitely something up there. There's something right there. It's a para. Oh gosh. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sneak up on this. Oops, wrong attack. Alright, we are almost out of stamina, so we're gonna have to be careful here. Got him! Yeah! See, forest ambushes can work. Forest ambushes can work, you just have to be careful. We did it! We got him! That was a little scary. I'm actually shaking a little bit. Like, I didn't take much damage, but that was still kind of intense. But, there you go. See, it is possible to ambush on an apex. You just have to be careful, you have to be patient, and, get a little lucky. Honestly, luck does take a part of it, but I hope this additional example shows you how to ambush with cover and using terrain to your advantage. And now I'm going to show you how to do ambushing. So ambushing's a little complicated because part of it is relying on knowing where players are going to go, and part of it is luck on if players are actually going to walk by while you're waiting there. So I like to ambush near water because everybody has to drink eventually. So water's a good place to, hopefully find food. You can also try to ambush at well-traveled paths where people you normally travel predictably. So you could also try and camp quest items. However, food is harder to camp because there's so much herbivore food everywhere that you cannot rely that a herbivore is going to eat at your specific bush. But water seems to be the best place. And one other thing I want to mention is terrain. Using terrain for your ambush is important and can really help you with success. For example, where I'm at is elevated up and I'm kind of hidden up here. One thing I've realized is people don't really look up when they're wandering around. They'll look sideways, they'll look backwards, but people don't often look up. So if you can find a good spot that is up, you might not even be noticed, even if they're like right in front of you, they might not notice you because people don't seem to realize danger could be above them. So my plan is to sit here and kind of hope that somebody comes from Salt Flats or something to drink or to quest at those branches, and then we can try to get them. So hopefully we won't have to wait too long. There's a lot of people in Salt Flats, so I'm kind of hoping this is an opportune time to do this video clip and show you guys. Ah, I am hearing something. That is a horrible noise, whatever it is. I can't quite look that way without... Oh, it's a weird mod animal. Alright, I'm not sure I can actually kill that, but we can always run away if it gets too dangerous. But I want to show you the ambush anyway. So, see, he's gonna go for a drink. Now, we have to be a little careful because we don't have great fall damage. So let's try this. Oh my god, this thing is big! Ouchies. This thing is huge, but we're gonna try it. Sorry, I'm not talking much because I'm trying to focus. This is a scary monster. Ugh. Gotta watch them kicks. I missed again. Oh, I probably don't want to get hit by that. Oh, I'm stuck in the water. This is a bad idea. Oh, I missed again. Those bushes I can't tell how much damage it's taking. Oh, I need to get it out of this area. This area is rough. Man, I keep missing it. We're gonna just use kicks, because it doesn't seem to actually be landing any hits. What is this thing? It's huge. I'm lucky this thing is not hitting any of its attacks, because... Oh, I think it's on death stars. I almost landed on its back, I think. This thing has horrible calls. I don't like it. I did it! Oh, it wasn't an adult. Regardless, there you go. So if you get people... So another thing about ambushing is if you get people by surprise, they could panic. They could just, you know, they're not expecting it, and they can make mistakes because they're not expecting it. Now, I think normally I wouldn't be able to kill one of these, because I think I got lucky and dodged a lot of its hits, but that thing, the few hits it landed, those hurt. So I think I got lucky in killing this thing, and I might not want to try one again in the future. Probably a little too dangerous. I think I got really lucky there. But again, if you ambush at water sources, you have a better chance of finding people, because people have to drink sometime. And if it's near a well-traveled spot like salt flats, you have a chance of being able to ambush someone. But you can't guarantee that the people you're ambushing are going to be things you can kill. They might be too big, but it's, you know, it's still something. And again, if you come from a unexpected direction, you can really throw people in a panic by the sudden, unexpected attack. So that's water camping, which I know some people disagree with, but hey, it is a method of survival. So ambushing at water sources and ambushing from above are both very valid and successful tactics that you can try. So the next ambush I want to teach you guys about is, one, ambushing with an apex, which a lot of people say isn't possible, but it is. Two, ambushing in the cover of forest, because as an apex especially, your most successful chance is going to be in forest where you have cover. And someone has been here picking flowers. Ooh. But also, a good way to ambush, and this is not just for apexes but for everyone, is to ambush along well-traveled, predictable paths. So this specific location is well-traveled because people will quest up here in the north and then come down here and drink, or they will be coming from Green Valley and walk along the edge of the water and then take this path upwards. So this is a good place to linger because this vertical path right here on the north gets a lot of traffic. And I've had some success in future videos that probably haven't gone live yet on ambushing from this location. So now this place doesn't get a lot of player traffic, but evident by that flower, someone has been here, so maybe I can catch them. So let's just see. Again, I wanted to stress that you can use well-traveled paths to catch things, as evidenced by the fact that I just heard something. Now, I'm not hungry, so whatever it is, I'm not going to kill it, but we're going to see if we can at least jump out and give it a little spook. But again, one of the big things for ambushing is slow movements and quiet. You don't want to be noisy. You want to try and hide and cover. Now, as an Apex, it's harder to hide, but it is possible. And part of the thing is it's really difficult. Hold on. Oh, I missed. I'm still... Yeah, we're not catching that. Yeah, we're not catching him, and I missed my first attack, and that really hurts. But, a lot of ambushing is luck and patience. You really have... If you choose a spot to sit in and wait for people to walk by, you have to be patient. Now, if you choose a spot where people tend to walk by, like this path, you will eventually find someone. But a lot of it is patience, and a lot of it is luck, and a lot of it is also knowing how to time your bites. Like, I missed my heavy bite, so that's on me. Luckily, we don't need the food, but he also didn't see us coming, and that is the point of the video, is to show you you can ambush with big predators with enough cover, enough patience, and enough strategic use of the terrain. You can ambush targets even as something big. And if you can do it as something big, you can also do it much easier as something small. But a lot of ambushing is just being quiet, being patient, and knowing how to use terrain and cover to sneak around. So I tend to not sit in one place for very long, mostly because I get bored. Otherwise, I like to wander, and I like to stalk and ambush things more on the go, as it were, instead of just picking one spot and sitting there. But you can, as I've evidenced here and in future videos with Tyrannotitan that haven't aired yet, where I've successfully done ambushes out of the trees, you can choose one spot and then just wait for prey to walk past. And the best spots are water and well-traveled paths. Oh, he's coming back. I wonder if we can just scare him again, just for the fun of it. It's dark now. Can he see me? There is a rock in the way, so... Oh. Do you see me? You don't see nothing. You see nothing. Aha! Gotcha! Gotcha that time. Ah! Aha! Dodge ya. Alright, we'll let him go though, because I'm not actually hungry. But we sure made him think twice, didn't we? But yeah, anyways, sorry about that. My game just decided to up and crash on me. It's a lucky thing that I had already pulled away from the fight and the Pachyrhino had run away, because I would have died right there if I crashed in the middle of combat. But anyways, I really hope this video helps people who are trying to learn how to hunt better. Like, ambushing is a good mechanic. Now, there is still a problem where, like, on a killo, when I ambush something, that's not a guarantee I'm gonna kill it. Because if it's, let's use, hold on, let me switch this. Let's use a Struthy for an example. If I see a Struthy and I ambush it and I get a really good first attack, it doesn't really matter because the Struthy's just gonna run away and I can't stop it. So, like, an ambush is not a guarantee you're going to get a kill. But as evidenced with my Achillo ambush on that much bigger dinosaur, an ambush could be enough to give you an edge to kill something. Because they could panic, they'll make mistakes, they could get stuck on terrain because they're not expecting to be attacked. Getting that first surprise attack can really tip the odds in your favor when it comes to combat. And I mean, it's not just sitting in one place to ambush like I did against that Pachyrhino. It could be like I did in Salt Flats, where you stalk slowly up to something, or like I did with my Tyrannotitan against those Paras. You slowly stalk something using trees and rocks to cover your approach until you're close enough to get an attack. And now on something like Tyrannotitan, that's really important, because you don't have a lot of stamina. So getting as close as you can before you start using stamina is really important. And I really hope this video will help people learn how to hunt better, have more success, or learn the tactics hunters use to then avoid those kind of places and survive better against ambushers. But yeah, I hope this helps people. Thank you for watching. I hope it was entertaining and educational, and thank you for watching.